Serious, what scares you the most about yourself? The fact that, when I really sit down and think about it, I can't really see the point to life. Not in a suicidal way, it just seems like in the grand scheme of things everything I do is insignificant and unremarkable and will be forgotten. In the grand scheme of things, you and I are all utterly fucking irrelevant. But to the people in our lives, who we love and love is, our impact is profound. Our small little sphere of influence. You don't have to look far to see a point to life, friend. Thanks for these words, stranger. A good reminder. You're right. Life is completely fucking pointless. There's no grand scheme, no fate, no destiny or meaning. We're all just collections of atoms stumbling through existence. So if that's the case, then the meaning of life will only ever be what we decide it is. If nothing matters, anything can matter. It's the ultimate freedom, the freedom of purpose. It's liberating, in a way. Completely agree. Some few amongst us can make a difference which impacts on generations, whether good or bad. About 99.99999% of us, it's simply to procreate and carry on the species. I remember pondering meaning of life for a long time, and when I held my newborn son in my hands 2 minutes after being born and feeding him, I knew what my role was. It's simply to feed and protect him throughout his life. No grand scheme. Just basic procreation. I have no idea what I'm going to do with my life. I have no drive or inspiration to do anything. I've always been jealous of those kids who knew exactly what they wanted to be when they grow up and then achieved that goal. Edit. Thanks so much for the silver. I'm 62 and still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Same here. I'm 62 and reinvent myself every 6 to 8 years. I'm due for a reboot real soon now, but I have no idea if I want to grow up, let alone what I'll do, if/when I do. I wrote this about 40 years ago. I do hereby resolve, with all seriousness and firmness of conviction, never to grow up. I will accept my years and the responsibilities that accompany them, but never ever shall I lose the child in me. I do not fear age, so long as it is not accompanied by infirmity, nor do I reject maturity, as age without maturity is an inept handling of one's mind and body. But the child, the carefree youth, the joyful sprite that can find amusement in nothing and peers out from behind my adult eyes and smiles at the world is so inestimably important that I refuse to let that spirit perish within me. So, find the drive to keep trying new things, find inspiration everywhere, try new things, something will stick, but you don't have to grow up. Edit. Holy shit. Silver and gold. Thank you. I'm gonna have to take some time to answer the comments, and I will tonight. Thank you for sharing this wonderful thought with us. Unsuccessful and lazy, have ego yet feel inferior to everyone. I was the same way. Now that I have a good job I feel like I don't deserve it and that I will be fired any day, even though I'm told I'm a good performer. That is imposter syndrome, and it will go away over time. Are you still in your 20s or older? I'm withdrawing from my friends. I'm afraid that it will be only a matter of time before they decide that I've moved on from them and then move on from me. I'm not sure how much help this is, but reach out to them and tell them that. I know you've already thought about that and wrote it off, but hopefully hearing from a fellow Redditor will give you the motivation. I've already told a few of them that I won't be in a state of mind where I can reply to messages quickly, and they seem to understand. However, I'm beginning to doubt how much of a good influence these people were on me when I was in more frequent contact with them, so I'm more ambivalent about the whole thing than I initially let on. I suspect that we are all examining ourselves and better realizing what we want out of a friendship, and that I'm not certain where to go from here. Anyhow, I do appreciate the encouragement. Apathy. I have my dream job, and my life is much better than it used to be on paper, but I struggle to drag myself out of bed some days. I'm lazy. I have friends. We go out together. I have fun with them. But every time I have to go out it's almost a chore, even though I know I will have fun. It's as if I live in the moment and don't want to leave what was entertaining me, be it my PC or phone, or whatever. I know it's better for me to go out, but the lazy part of me says, do we really have to go? I hate this feeling. I hate being friends with someone I don't feel like going out with, just because of my laziness. I have a similar feeling, only with me once I'm out with my friend or friends I'm fine. Maybe it's because I'm always the one going to them and no one ever comes to me. That might have something to do with it, but who knows. Same. I don't appear lazy on the outside. I do my job well, keep up with bills and appointments for me and my kid or kids, do housework, exercise daily, etc. But secretly all I want to do is lie around all day doing nothing. Take naps, watch TV, browse Reddit on my phone. It's kind of scary how powerful this urge to be a lazy slob doing nothing with my life feels sometimes. It's always there in the back of my mind. I'm not depressed or anything. I'm quite happy, just lazy AF. The way I adapt my persona to the person I'm speaking to, I subconsciously pick up on details and feelings and immediately change my whole demeanor to make the good side of people, so they think well of me, and it gets harder for them to deny me. I only realized when a friend mentioned it, and I've had to go on a whole self-discovery, because I then realized I don't know who I am, just who I'm to others. Edit. I'm pretty new to Reddit, a few days, so this getting so many upvotes is crazy. Thank you for the platinum and silver kind Redditors. I never knew people would be interested in my lack of personality, lol. Edit twig. I think it doesn't seem severe from how I described it, but I do see a therapist and this is one of the things she made me acknowledge as a problem. I made up completely new personas, not highlight parts of my personality to adjust to people. I never adjusted for anyone. I was a completely new person. What I do now after all the therapy is adjust, but I had no personality in high school. My therapist said it looks like it's my coping mechanism after growing up in a household that was constantly at war with each other, and to receive any type of attention and avoid more conflict I had to act differently with everyone to make it seem like I was on their side. It's crazy how things that everyone does gets to such extreme measures. Without my medication, I can die within days from horrible internal bleeding, which is super painful. Without my medication, I would literally be dead. So I need to be sure to identify internal bleeding immediately and treat it. BTW, I have to stab myself with a needle into a vein to get the medication into my system. Many without the medication can die from a badly cut tongue. Lack of direction. It's a terrible, lonely feeling, right? For me, it always felt like I was adrift at sea with no land or anything in sight. Just me drifting from one thing to another. Is it still like that, or did you find a path to go down? I find that having something to occupy your time, like a job you enjoy, or a stimulating hobby, helps to suppress that feeling. However, I do still get that lost feeling. I wish I could say that I don't feel that way, but I think it'll always be there, and that scares me. I mean, it's helped me to figure out who I am, and I enjoy doing, but I still don't know where exactly I want to be in life. I just want to be happy. I apologize if that's not the answer you were looking for, but I have to be honest. How little I feel things, especially happy or joyful things. I can't remember the last time I was actually excited about something. I compare it to a really watered down drink. I know there's alcohol in there, but I can barely taste it. I also don't really get angry and forgive and forget pretty quickly, and I can only be angry or sad if I'm alone and away from other people. However, I pick up other people's emotions really easily, and their emotions will affect me more than my own. I often wonder what's wrong with me. Edit. It's comforting to realize I'm not alone. Edit 2. For those suggesting depression, I have been treated for it in the past, but with CBT I've been able to control it, unmedicated for about 7 years now. I recognize my cycles and spirals, and I'm able to pull myself out of them. I have talked to therapists about it. One therapist thinks I have difficulty expressing emotions and find it easier to follow someone else's lead. Stems from being a shy and awkward kid. Another, more spiritual, therapist says I'm a pretty strong empath and I repress my own emotions because they are overwhelming on top of everyone else's emotions. Negative emotions require more processing than positive ones, so I feel them more strongly because I have to process and let them go. I'm sure the answer is somewhere between the two. The ability to lie without skipping a beat. It's scary how easy it is. I feel like I got this because it was a necessity as a child. The truth would get me punished very badly at times. Unfortunately, it is just second nature now. Exact same reason why I used to do it. Also because I was a people pleaser. I feel that people pleaser part. Most of the lies I say aren't really lies in the moment. Like, I'll compliment somebody on their hat or their choice of wall color as a throwaway nicely to seem cordial. But really, I have no opinion whatsoever and just want to seem like I'm being social. Lack of motivation. Often accompanied by too many dreams. This entirely. There's so many things I want to and can do. How can I pick and know it's the right choice? Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that bell to turn on notifications so you'll be sure to know when the next video comes out. Want to watch some more? Check out my other videos. I really do appreciate everyone who helps make these videos possible. And as always, thanks for watching.